through another place. And the idea is for you to stay in a place of love and in a place of creation, and that no matter what life brings, you are not going to fall from grace. You are going to stay in your lane. And because you feel so good about yourself, you are not going to allow he, she, it, the circumstance, whatever comes your way, to give up this feeling.
Amen.
That is really what
that is so powerful. I'm so happy to have you here in my house. I feel like, it's like, where has this woman been all of my life? Right now, I'm feeling like she's speaking my language, which is very, I don't know for you, but it's very, sometimes it gets, they say that excellence is lonely, right? That Tim Grover often says that, all big athletes says that, but it often feels like that when you are aware, when you are really present in other people are in survival or in victim mode or in like, I'll postpone my life until I make the money, until I get the job, so it gets, I don't know for you, it's a good lonely, it's not, there's nothing to complain because that's where you feel the full presence of God, of Spirit. You are hustling and keeping your zen as it goes. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the importance of who you spend your time with, invest your time with.
It is crucial. You are the 5 people that you hang out with.
I used not to believe that, but I do now.
For sure. And I knew for many years that I did not belong. I tried many places, and I could play the role, and I could play the game, and I could participate, but at the end of the day, I knew that I was weird. I knew that I was different. I knew that I was...
So you didn't fit the blueprint of the world.
Yes, I didn't, especially as a Latina. I was like... irreverente, I don't know how you say it.
I love that, irreverence. Irreverence is a signpost, it's a sign of enlightenment.
Oh, really?
If you are not irreverent, you are just lying.
Wow. Well,
yeah, because you have to be irreverent to the falsities, to the niceness, to the fakery, to the Photoshop, to the fake.
And I like authenticity, and I like no filter.
I love that.
I love it, and I always spoke with no filter. I almost said. Later, I said, maybe it's not ADD. Maybe I have a little bit of Asperger's.
Maybe it's not Asperger's. Maybe this is a sovereign human that threatens the existence of any of us that have been choosing to lie, that have been choosing to play a role that society wants, that have been choosing to be afraid, and that have been coping, trying to fit in places we don't fit in. I'm currently feeling that I don't fit in.
And I tried, and it didn't work. I tried buying myself into places. I tried wearing the bags that would represent the society that I wanted to belong. I tried shopping away. I tried running away, traveling away.
Fitness away.
I tried it all.
Everything.
And at the end of the day,
you can't escape yourself.
You come to realize that you are everything you seek.
This is like the best for me. Like you are coming to give gifts to my home. You're blessing my home right now. Wow. And in a way you have no idea the blessings I'm personally receiving. I know this is going to be a blessing for many, but for me to find you and for me actually to be reminded, actually people like that exist. Right now, I felt that when I met Shari Wenk. She's the agent.
Of course.
She's such
I met her.
Did you see her?
And how she speaks.
Like how she speaks, she was the best. I mean, everybody's the best. But
she commands.
No, she's so relaxed.
Yeah.
I just saw them. They were in Vegas right now, and I was so excited because they said, "Come, Tim is going to speak." I thought I was going to be in a whole group. I was representing the group Down and Dirty. And when I arrived, we're talking about Tim Grover and Shari Wenk, his agent, and she is the co-author of the book Relentless and the upcoming book Winning. WNNING. I read the first chapter. It's fire. You have to read it. It's so deep. I cried with the book of Tim Grover. You don't cry with the books of Tim Grover, but...
well, you know him so well that you could relate.
Yes, it's so incredible. That man is another level. But I arrived and I was Shari, and she receives me. She invited me, and I'm so excited. And she's like, "Yvonne, calm down. you are supposed to be the calm, not me. And I'm like, okay, you're so Shari.
You're supposed to be the Zen.
But I have the same feeling of Shari with you. When I first met Shari, when I met you at the VIP at the 10X Ladies with Elena Cardone, another beautiful soul, you know. When I heard them speak, I felt like I always felt weird and I didn't belong. And, you know, it's always a challenge to fit in. I'm a provider. I produce, I create. Many people depend on me, not only financially, but emotionally, or the same with you. And we wouldn't want it any other way. You know, we have that power. But when I arrived there and Shari said, and when I was creating all of that with my children that I have 4, I give them Cheerios. I put the Cheerios there.
Yes.
And guess what? They grew up well, fine and well-rounded humans. I felt like, this is my family. You know, I was like, and all this time, like thinking,
and
I
she
have
was
ADD.
negotiating millions.
Well, billions.
And now billions, but I was like, imagine negotiating millions
Shari,
in a world of men.
I'm gonna send her this podcast.
In a world of men.
She's amazing. She's one of my mentors, and she's incredible. When she said that, but you remind me of her. What you are sharing right now.
What an honor, even to be.
Yeah, with Shari, she's incredible. But she's so humble too. Both her, I was able to be backstage, seeing Tim Grover prepare for a speech. I will have paid just to see that.
Wow.
They are so focused,
He
so
probably
calm.
meditated.
And he decided to change his whole speech 20 minutes before. And he said, I got to change it. And you know why? Because he said, I need to give to the company what they need. So he studied it and he said, I got to change this, I got to change that. He redid it, he focused, he trained, and then he delivered powerfully. But again, you are reminding me of that, Erika. You know, it's like, I even, you know, I was not even expecting. I knew that for me to receive people in my house is very, very rare. It's very rare. I'm very like isolated. I'm very like a cave woman. Look, my tea, there's no furniture here. If I could have everything on the floor, I would.
I love it.
You know, because I'm the tea or the meditation or I create. There's my office in that house over there. That's my office. So, but right now that you're like your whole future self, your spiritual self, that you're talking to me, I feel you're like family. I feel the same with Shari. I feel the same like with these women that are defying the odds. So, you know, just let's take a couple of like 10 or 15 minutes. I will invite you back, love, because it's so much wisdom and it's surprising my heart. And it's really being a medicine for me to share this tea with you, which is actually a Zen practice. They say that when you share tea with others, you are sharing blessings of the Zen. You are transferring the wisdom of the tea of thousands of years into our bodies, into our minds, and into our spirit.
I love it. Thank you.
So, no, thank you. So tell me something. So you tell us a little bit about your work. What do you do after, I think you got an idea who she is, powerhouse, spiritual force. You are a spiritual force. I mean, you know, I've lived in India with the best well-known gurus, from Sai Baba to Amma to everything. I wrote a book about it. I've been with the most spiritual people labeled in the world, or those that give you blessings. I send you my blessings. And no one more spiritual I found like Tim Grover, Shari, and I'm finding that in you right now.
Wow.
And I told Elena Cardone once through a message, I think through Instagram, that impressed me a lot of her, the way she granted beingness on people. And that's something that is like, she's just so present. And I think it has to do also with the religious practice of Scientology and everything that I respect. But the way that these people grant you beingness and are present to you, I've not seen that, you know, in a guru or in anyone.
When they are with you, you feel the most important person there, and that is also a beautiful thing, because it's recognizing that I see me in you and you see me in you, and that respect is very valuable. Because
we have the same mentors, Grant Cardone, Elena Cardone, you know, we've studied with the same people. So, but tell us a little bit about what you do, love.
So what I do is I like to say that I sell happiness.
Oh, I love that.
Because I sell holidays. And in this 3D world that everyone is on automatic pilot, the average American family spends only 37 minutes a day of quality time. And unfortunately, those 37 minutes nowadays, they are not in front of a TV, at least pretending to have dinner together. Now, it is eating with a device individually. So it's very sad. And I was analyzing during these times and lockdown, and there were more than $62 billion lost in vacations. And what I mean lost is because there is a segment of taxes that businesses are taxed or they are paid for vacation, as well as employees and employers have to pay. So if you have your holiday and you didn't take it, even though you have the right, it costs your employer money, but it also costs you because they deduct the proportion of that tax of that employee. So there's all these billions lost. So the U.S. National Association of Travel Agents had to come up with a campaign to promote using those unwanted years because with the current economic situation, even though the interests are low and they will remain there, even though there's a lot of things that are happening in terms of help economically. At the end of the day, taxpayers have to pay for it eventually. So what's happening is that they are not allowing you to save more than 2 years of holiday because it costs money. So I am on this quest of telling the world and telling small businesses, etc., that a great way to also give back some happiness and recognize your employer or recognize yourself or give to others is to go on a holiday. And I sell happiness in a card because it is like a Cancun card.
I want to buy happiness.
So that's the way that it was like a good marketing way, but
I love it, but it's so true.
If you really study it, even the World Economic Forum tells you how there are certain KPIs that they're measuring that are related to productivity, they are related to happiness, and to being present, which has to do with being able to go away on a holiday. Some companies and some Scandinavian countries now have a minister of happiness.
If you want to hire me, I will offer myself for free for a couple of months.
And here is your new chief happiness officer.
Yes, she's this chief happiness officer. I'll work for her and with her.
So I sell basic. I bring tourism to the Mexican Caribbean that I love.
I remember you gave me a card.
Yeah. And that card...
And that's when the pandemic started.
Yeah,
remember we saw each other?
Yeah.
And 1 month later was like...
But that card, I love it because it's an open-dated card. So before or after pandemia or no pandemia, that is an open-dated holiday that people can go to. So it is politically correct. It doesn't go against any rules. And when you're giving it to someone, you are not telling them leave now. They could leave at their own time.
So tell them a little bit about that card because I want you to be able to contact Erika and then we'll close. I want to know if you coach and you mentor people.
I only mentor them on how to use that card to attract more people. But
how about for business and everything? We'll talk about it in a moment. Tell us about the card.
I don't do it, but if they ask me, I'll do it.
Yeah, you'll be like an incredible mentor. Yes. So, but tell us what is the card? What because I know because I received it. But
the card is a 5-day, 4-night stay in Cancun, and it's for 2 adults and 2 children. And they have 12 months to make a reservation and 18 months to travel.
How much it costs them?
And the card, it costs between $299 and $560, which is 37% of the discount that I give them because instead of selling it retail through third parties, I want to go to the source. I want to offer it to the business.
That's how you can reduce the costs.
Yeah. However, when I sponsor a podcast, or I do strategic alliance, I give those
I'm going to be sponsored
away. Yes, exactly, so that your audience can do it, so that you can expand your message, so that they could have more downloads.
Do you want to do it for Sovereign Futures?
Yes, we
can. Cardone will be proud. We're implementing what we learned.
Yes, we're doing it for Sovereign Futures.
Beautiful. Yes. Oh my goodness.
So they could download whatever it is that you want them to do in Sovereign Futures. maybe you could challenge him to do 1 or 3 steps.
Yes.
Join this, join that, or get